I went to Europe in 1990 to do the French collection. That series of works combining the European art influences that I got from Picasso and Matisse and all, with the story of William Marie Simone, the African-American woman who goes to Paris at 16 to be an artist. And while I was away, I had one of the things that happened, I went to Paris. Come on, I was eating that stuff, that bread and the cheese and the drinking that wine and carrying on with those people. Oh, that was awful.
Yeah, French food can do it to you.
Oh, they were outrageous. I couldn't find any place to exercise. There were no exercise gyms. I was in the south of France, and I went in this place. It said exercise. I went in, and they had these tables set up, and I couldn't figure out what the table about. And so this woman who did not speak any English was trying to explain to me that I should get on this table. And I said, no, I don't think so. I don't understand. Why am I on the table? I'm trying to find an exercise class. Well, as it turned out, when I got back to California, I found out that there's a kind of Pilates, which had come from there and was fabulous. If I had just not been so ignorant, I could have gotten on that table and I could have had some French Pilates, and it would have been wonderful. But I didn't. I couldn't cut it. I didn't know what she was talking about.
Yeah, well, the French are not known for their exercise classes. Yeah.
No, they're not.
No.
But they did have that. Mm-hmm. And so I gained about 30 pounds there. And it's been nothing but a battle ever since.
And everybody, I'm sure, understands that battle. But in terms of when you came back from that trip to Europe, mm-hmm. was it at that point that you decided to change direction from performance art?
No, I think, I don't know. I think I got less requests for performance if I wasn't going to do the change. I didn't have another idea. I had thought of doing another change because I had done change 1, 2, and then 3 turned out to be just a painting. And I hadn't worked up 4 because I hadn't lost the weight. So, there I was hooked. Come on. What are you saying? And I couldn't find, I didn't have a story to tell. Because in the final analysis, you got to tell the truth. And I didn't have any truth to tell except that I needed to lose 30 pounds. I hadn't done it. So, what am I going to tell the audience? They don't want to hear that. They got the same problem. They want something inspiring, something uplifting. Mm-hmm. So that ended my performances. Now, nobody's asked me that question before, by the way. Terrible. Terrible to admit that.
No, it makes total sense. How did it evolve that your art was done in a series of pieces as opposed to
one piece?
Right.
Jacob Lawrence. Yes, Jacob Lawrence. Probably the singular most influential artist in my life. When I saw his work, his Migration series, his Toussaint Louverture series, his Harriet Tubman series, I was just in awe. It just made perfect sense. Plus it was beautiful, beyond words, just wonderful in but it made so much sense because when you're painting something, that something is never as small as it starts out to be. You need to keep going with it, and sometimes you can make a mistake by trying to put too much in one piece. But if you've got a series, you can relax and lay back because it's going to go for a while, no problem. You see, and that's what I got from Jake. Aside from the idea of being a political artist, I also got that from him. How to be a political artist, how to have something to say about the American experience for black people. Because Jake did it so beautifully.